Have you ever wanted to send someone a little piece of sunshine on a cloudy day? Well, today we're going to do just that. We're making this beautiful Think of You card. It's going to sparkle, shine, and bring a smile to anyone's face. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Grace Arnetta here. Today, we're going to be creating this beautiful heartfelt Think of You card using some of my favorite Spellbinder products. Along with a few other goodies, we'll be incorporating hot foil, die cutting, and stenciling to make it a truly made from the heart card. Now I have the base here, which is standard 18 sized card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you'll see off to the side I have all of my layers already pre-cut. I'll be using this light lavender, I think, and a lilac to be cutting out the umbrella. For the die set, I'll be using the Dancing in the Rain umbrella die set from Spellbinders. So I'm going to get out my Big Shot and then I'm going to run these through. So I'll grab the first set, which is the top layer of the umbrella, and then there's different colors for the layers. So first I'm going to grab this lilac, and I'm just going to place down the umbrella. I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. And I'm going to put the lavender under and run the layers of the umbrella. So you see all the detail in there on the umbrella. Now I'm going to run through again the rest of the person, I guess, doesn't have a head. But now I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to glue on the layers of the color on top of the umbrella. Make sure you don't add too much glue because if you have a lot of glue, then it's going to run out the sides. So I just put a tiny bit on the layer of the umbrella. I'm looking for the right place to place it. You'll see the lines. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there are lines there you can line up the colors. So I'm just going to do that for all 6 pieces. I meant 4 pieces. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of here, and I'm going to attach it to the umbrella. I don't know if you can see on camera, but that is like the tip of the umbrella. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. I'm having a little trouble here, so I decided I'm just going to put it down with the glue. Next, I'm going to glue the boots on the bottom of the pants. This is a really cute swinging card, like the leg swing. So first I'm going to put down the boots on each leg. Yes, they are turned in. I am putting it the right way. Now that I have all that glued together, I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to work on my card front. I'll be taking my Lawn Fawn Cloud stencil, which is always my favorite. I love using that. I use that on a lot of cards. So I'm just going to take my ink blending tool, which is this brush. I think I got it on Amazon. Sometimes I have a little trouble getting that open. So I have one that I use with all my blue inks. So I'm going to pull out my Stormy Sky by Tim Holtz Distress ink. I'm going to rub a little bit on my brush. And I start off rubbing it on the stencil first so I don't have any harsh lines. And I just rub it to the top. And then you just have to turn the stencil around so you can get another different kinds of clouds. So I'll be rubbing that again. I'm going to bring out my Spellbinders cool hot foil system, the Glimmer hot foil system. And I'm going to let that heat up. I'm going to be using this silver foil and the Hurley Sentiment hot foil plate. Now while I wait for that to heat up, I'm going to cut some foil to be laid over the plate. So I'm going to lay it down and start to let it get hot. Now that it's hot, I'm going to go ahead and lay my foil pretty side down against the plate. I'll lay my paper on top. Then I'm going to push the timer. I believe it's about a minute. When you push the timer, once that stops flashing, then you can run it through your die cutting machine. Isn't that beautiful? That's why I love the Glimmer machine. So I need to cut down my front base down so I can have layers behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down the first layer on my card base. Then I'm going to take the top. I'm going to glue that down on top of there so you can see that nice border in the background. Now, since the legs are going to be shifting or moving around under the umbrella, I need to put some dimension in there so it allows it to move. So you see, I put a round pop dot in there that allowed it to pop up. So now you'll see the legs swinging back and forth. If you know me, you know that I have to add blade. So I'm going to get out my jewels, my black jewels, and kind of lay them around. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and it's given you some sort of inspiration. If you recreate this card or are inspired by today's project, I would love to hear from you by you leaving a comment below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future crafting videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.